Sawadee Cup and welcome to another episode for the Funkit Pod and for Media Prof Reacts 2. And today I react to Bryan Callen's stand-up special Man Tears. Why? Because I want to. And for this, let's take away all the connections, the background, what you've heard about Bryan Callen, the allegations against him like 2 or 3 years ago, whenever it was, his relationship to Brandon Sharp. Let's all forget about this. Let's only focus on that stand-up special, Man Tears, okay? First of all, in this special, there's nothing really controversial. It's not like Andrew Schulz who claims to have had to buy it back to release it by himself because they want to censor too much. There's nothing censorable in this special. It's available on YouTube for free. Check out Bryan Callen Man Tears. Okay, so now from a media prof point of view, right? The stand-up, and I'm not a stand-up comedian, even though I would want to be one. I'm not a stand-up comedian, so he made me laugh. His premises made sense. The storytelling was great, like the connections. It kicked off a little bit like, and no spoilers, but it kicked off a little bit like, okay, standard stand-up start, like, hey guys, I'm getting old. Okay, fair. But other than that, like the connections, usually the transitions were pretty smooth, well worked in, great. His physicality on stage, so let's jump into the storytelling part. Physicality on stage, he's very physical, he's moving around back and forth and like using his body language, great. He's always been like this, very active, fantastic. He looks like he had a hair transplant, there's more hair than before, at least compared to the last time I saw him. So, looking good, Bryan Callen. That made sense. Then, what else do we have? Yeah, the one thing that I didn't like, not in the special was fine, it was fun, it made me laugh out loud. I was listening to it while I was in the sauna, I laughed out loud a few times. Made me smile even more so. But the way he released it, and he doesn't have that many views on it yet. I think it's less than 500K. If you have a relationship with Joe Rogan, you would assume that gives like 1 million views instantly anyways. But he released it while he was live on the Joe Rogan Fight Companion. He's like, okay, I pressed the button, I release it now. Why? Worst time ever. No one was online at that time, or if then they were following the Fight Companion. So why? That was just not a smart move by Bryan Callen. He tried to be funny in the moment, and I think he's so much funnier without anyone else around. I think he's really great when he's on his own, or when people give him space. Like on Rogan and Bryan Callen, I can listen to for 3 hours. It's great. If there's the other dude around, he always interrupts him. It's not great. But back to the stand-up. The stand-up is fun. It's great. The premises make sense. It's not too long. I think it's like 30-minute-ish. But the way he promotes it is just... But Rogan even said it, like, Bryan Callen sucks at promoting himself. And you can see it. It's terrible. Where are the clips all over social media? Even his co-host from that podcast did a better job at promoting himself. Like, when he releases... terrible special. He promoted it everywhere, all the time. The clips were popping up everywhere. Bryan Callen, you're funny. Why can't I see you funny? Like, why can't I see clips from it everywhere right now? It should be everywhere. Don't just publish and then go. It should be everywhere. It should be on Twitter, Instagram, Reels. It should be everywhere. Because it's funny. So, the media prof likes the content of the stand-up comedy because it's fun. I mean, he talks about giraffes and rhinos, and so nothing really offensive. I mean, he adds a few like dicey. I did this for you. Comments in there here and there, but other than that, nothing really controversial. This bit about giraffes and rhinos is hilarious, but no one can see it. So Bryan Callen. So the content is great. The promotion is terrible. So what he should be doing would be just pump out some reels, pump out some clips like Andrew Schulz did. I got annoyed by Andrew Schulz in the end because he just pumped out everything. He cut up his whole special into clips and posted all of them. Bryan Callen should do the same thing. because you're not Andrew Schulz. Bryan Callen is not Andrew Schulz, so he's not on the screen as often, even though he has the other podcast. But let's be honest, no one's watching that, except like hardcore fanboys. And even I like Bryan Callen a lot. Like I like his smarts. Allegations. Let's not talk about those because I don't know enough about those to talk about those. But besides that, like, he's smart. He has some interesting ideas. He's well read, well spoken. I usually like listening to him. Not to the other guy. So I stopped watching that podcast, listening to a podcast. So Bryan Callen, you need to think about people like me who think you're funny, who think you're smart, but who can't really see much of you. Okay, on Bryan Callen's Instagram, it's all about just like announcing shows and stuff, which is great. No one cares. We want to see content that we can consume on Instagram, on social media right away. I don't want to see another poster, another announcement for another show, which is, cool. You need to have it, but then add some content that I can consume, that I can like, that I can share, that I find funny, that I can react to. I don't react to a poster. You do something, Bryan Callen. You gotta do something. That really frustrates me because if someone has skills in this one area, and he clearly has the skills, but doesn't utilize them in another area, so that no one can find him. Then at least let the other dude of the podcast co-host, he's good at marketing. He's terrible at stand-up, but he's good at marketing. Let him do the marketing. Pay him something. I don't know. He should open for you, not the other way around. Just saying. So use your connections there. He always uses his connections, so use your connections. Like, Bryan Callen, we need to see you on the screen. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so the media/marketing prof likes the content because the setup is great, the storytelling is great, the body language fits, the pacing makes sense. It could have gone even a bit longer. I would have not been mad about it. So, the pacing makes sense. The audience interaction is also good. It's not too much because it's only like a 30-minute special, so not too much of like audience interaction, but a little bit, and it also made sense. So that's all good. No one can see it. Yeah, if you have like 400,000 views, if you're Bryan Callen, you're friends with Joe Rogan, and you're an accredited actor, and you have like a following, there should be more people watching it. Okay, so that's my takeaway from this. I don't want to give away any jokes or anything, obviously, because you haven't seen it. Check it out. Again, not affiliated. Didn't get any money for that. Maybe I should. Some commission or something, or some consulting fees. Brian, we talk about this later. I know you're watching this. If you haven't watched it, if you need a laugh for 30 minutes, and if you go into it without any preconceived notions, without like, I'm going to hate him now because he's with Joe Rogan or because he's with the other dude or whatever. If you just want to laugh for 30 minutes, watch Bryan Callen Man Tears. It's funny. I watched it twice, I think, already. So now I get canceled just for saying this. Bryan Callen, take my marketing course. Other than that, that's it for this quick breakdown, because I don't want to give away any jokes, so we keep it short this time. We'll be back with Media Prof Reacts 2 in more detail to House of the Dragon, of course, is coming soon, the breakdown. We will have another Cobra Kai breakdown, like what's going to happen next, what's going to happen in season, what are we now, 6? What's going to happen next? What's Kreese going to do, answer, what makes sense? So those are all the questions we're going to answer in the coming podcast/videos. Okay, that's it for this week, I think, for now. As always, thanks for joining. Take care, stay safe. Sawadee.